museum in Florida is picking up the pieces after a visitor broke an ancient vase that was part of an exhibit by Chinese artist Ai Weiwei.
Video shot in the museum shows the man picking up the vase and letting it smash onto the floor. He's under arrest, and reports say he's an artist protesting the lack of local artworks on display.
Well, now there's one less artwork on display. Ai Weiwei had modified the centuries-old vase. Some say it may have been 7,000 years old. He used house paint on it for the exhibit. The alleged vandal said he did not know it was worth $1 million, but he does now.
Yes, he does.
And the first rule of going to a museum or any kind of art display...
What do we tell our kids?
Don't touch.
Exactly.
Don't touch.
He obviously didn't learn that lesson. Well, maybe he has now.
What up, people? It's your boy Oliver, the Artist in Exile, coming at you from Blackjack Studios. And the video that you just seen was a video from the Perez Art Museum out of Miami, and it showed an artist doing a protest. Now, the artist that was doing the protest is one Maximo Caminero from Miami, South Miami. He was protesting the fact that this museum features more international artists than local artists. And the piece that he was destroying was a piece that was done by the internationally known Chinese artist Ai Weiwei. He took this vase that was valued at about $1 million and smashed it. And this was his protest. His protest that the museum doesn't support local artists. Now, I understand the sentiment behind it, but I do not in no way, shape, or form agree with the way that he did this. You know, showing a protest or actively protesting against something is the way that, yes, we do get change and we bring things to the forefront so that they are acknowledged. But you cannot do this. You cannot do something like this. This was a destruction of artwork, a destruction of property. Now, I will admit, since this has happened, Mr. Caminero has apologized and said that this was something that he shouldn't have done and stuff like this. You know what? It's all fine and dandy. I understand the whole thing about, you know, it's better to get forgiveness or seek forgiveness about doing something than it is for asking permission. But in this aspect, I think he was way off, because numerous artists from that community have already come out and said that, you know, this museum does support local artists. They show the work of local artists. They currently have specific shows for local artists only. So why does this guy do this? I don't know. It seems to me that he was just out looking for attention or trying to push his own agenda. This was his 15 minutes of fame. Now, like I said, I do understand the fact of local artists not getting, or the perception of local artists not getting a fair shake with some of the major museums and galleries. But the thing about it is, we as artists should come together and perform our own shows, do our own thing. We don't necessarily need or shouldn't have to bend to the powers of the galleries and the museums. With everything that's going on with the internet, technology, stuff like that, it is making the world a smaller place. And in it making the world a smaller place, it is allowing artists from not just all over the nation, but all over the world to share and show ideas and support from one another. This is a way that we can get our work out to others without necessarily having to be at the mercy of the galleries. Now, there is a space for galleries and a space for the museums, and I'm not saying that there isn't. But we don't need to let that be the only way that we as artists get our words out. And a word to the galleries and the museums and such. You know what? Support your local artists. Local arts and the local artists are the backbones of any community And they're also the backbone of a lot of the economic growth and development within a specific community. You go, or people go and support that artist, buy their work, be it anything from the visual arts of painting, three-dimensional art of sculpture, performance art, supporting shows, theater, stuff like that, and musical art, supporting local musicians by giving them the jobs to perform or buying their CDs when they put them out. That money that the local community spend to support these artists goes back and enhances your communities. It also helps the artists because it will allow us as the artists to keep doing what we do. And as we do this, we too will become broader in our spectrum of those that will know us, who will look at our work, to purchase our work. And it will also give us the ability to influence others, influence other artists, influence upcoming artists. So I would say, make sure that you are supporting those local artists. I would say this to the museums. I would say this to the galleries. And I would say it to other artists. Band together. Perform brotherhoods. Perform guilds. Back in the day they used to have that. Do this stuff. Come together. Come together as one. We have these little art communities starting to happen. We have this upgrowth of these art communities starting to pop up in different places throughout the U.S., different cities and stuff like that are having these, upturns of these communities. So keep this vibrancy going on. Let it keep going. And all you local artists out there, up-and-coming artists out there, keep doing what you do. Because without you doing what you do, we have nothing to offer to the rest. So hey, on this note, people, I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. Peace!
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, chop, chop. Flip. Chop, chop, chop.